Hello and welcome to Brian's Got Game. I'm Brian, and today I've got a game called Santorini. Santorini is a 2-to-4 player abstract strategy game by Dr. Gordon Hamilton and published by Roxley Game Laboratory. In this game, players are trying to build and move atop 3 building blocks on the island of Santorini. Each player, or team, has 2 workers, and on their turn they must move one of them, and then build a block in an adjacent space. To mix things up, the gods are using special powers to influence their workers. Before the game, each player or team picks a god card to introduce variable player powers. So let's check it out, and I'll show you how to build building blocks, how to stop your opponent by building domes, and how to use god powers such as Ares, Aphrodite, and Zeus in Santorini. So to set up, build the 3D board in the center of the table. So you have this really cool plastic rock piece, and then this island piece, and then you put that on there like that until it kind of fits. There's 2 big slots, 2 little slots. You kind of just put it in until it fits in, basically. Got it. And then, once again, 2 big ones, 2 little ones, and yeah. And then you put that on top, and then you have your island. Then the youngest player goes first and places both of their worker tokens on the board. Then the other player then places their tokens on the board. Then put out the different building pieces out. These are the bottom pieces, so basically just put these nearby. The middle pieces, the top pieces, and the domes. Then you take the god cards, and either each player picks one or you deal them one by random. But these are the beginning gods. They're simpler, and there are 10 of them. Now each player gets 1 of them. So I'm going to show you this one. Apollo, he's the first one. So all of these gods are compatible with the 2-player game, but up here it has 3 or 4 players. And if you're playing a 3 or 4 player game, you have to check and see if those gods are compatible. So it has a name, the player's picture, and then the action power of that god. They're all different. And then also there are some advanced gods, and they add some more variability by having more powers. So you are now ready to begin. So let's take a look at some of these advanced gods. So this one is Aphrodite. If the other player begins their turn next to Aphrodite, that moving player has to end their turn by Aphrodite. Ares, if next their unmoved worker, if next to a building, he may destroy the top block as long as it's not a dome. And Zeus, if he can build a block under him. So those are some of the more advanced cards. So on your turn, you must move a worker and then build with that worker. Now, you can only build adjacent. Diagonals are adjacent in this game, so I could have built there. But so you move and build. And on a subsequent turn, let's say they do this, I could move up onto this building, move up 1. Now, if this was built up, I could not hop up there. Now, for instance, I could jump down, but I can't jump back up. So I'm going to build another. I'm going to move up here and build here. So I'm just going to play around a little, showing what it would kind of look like. So right here, they're successfully kind of building up. So the point of the entire game is to build a tower with a base, then a middle, and then a top, and then have your token on top. So there. Now, other players can block you by putting on a dome, and then that is done. You can't do anything with that tower, just using up wasted space. If you are unable to move and then build, you are unable to use that worker, you have to use the other one. Now, if you can't do it with either workers, then you lose. For instance, this right here, without the Zeus power, I'm stuck. So this one can't move, and then I'd have to play around with this one, making it, actually, I'm not stuck. I can move through the buildings, but in this instance, I would be stuck. And then I can't use this worker, and I have to use this one. In the unlikely case that you can't move, then you lose. So let's put this back a little. I did build there. All right. So they are slowly doing this. Now I'm going to move, and then I build. Now it's not possible for this worker to move up here, so they are now stuck and have to find another way to get up. So I'm going to move up here and build over here. So you're kind of just building different separate things and trying to get on top first. So now, Blue has blocked himself off from the white player, and the white player can't do anything about it. So move, build, and then Blue player moves on top, and then Blue wins. And that's what it looks like playing Santorini. And then when you're done, you have this beautiful island of Santorini. Now, it is really easy to put all the pieces back and set up for another game, leaving the pieces out. So you might want to play multiple rounds, multiple games in a single go. Now, also a good thing to remember is it would be more fun to continue changing the gods or adding in gods or using more advanced gods instead of the simple ones. Now, so just set it back up, put all the pieces aside, and play again. That's how to play Santorini. Okay, my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what do you think of Santorini?
I love Santorini. I've said this before, I'm not a big chess player, so this is an abstract strategy game, but it is adorable. The little miniature guys are awesome. Mm-hmm. All of the god cards are awesome. The 3D board is super cool.
And
I
the
love
3D
it.
pieces. So, jumping right in, components. I'm going to skip the buildings for now. Start with the minis. So the little miniature, I don't know what they're made of. Just, I guess, normal miniature plastic.
Yep. It comes with 6 of them. Mm-hmm. So you can play multiplayer. It doesn't have to be 2-player.
Yeah. So, yeah. Cool little minis. And then the cards, I don't think there's anything special about them. They're taller, I guess.
Yeah, they're a little bit taller cards, but they do have kind of a soft finish to them. The whole, like the game board and the cards have a real...
Like the island and then the island top. They're soft. Like not felt, but they're soft. Mm-hmm. The board. So it's nice, thick cardboard.
Yep. There's like the base part,
the base,
and then
the top. And then the really cool plastic 3D piece.
It's like rocks and crags.
That looks like, Now, when we were at, Gen Con, we were there, we played a prototype copy, and it was all 3D printed, and I actually kind of liked it. It was 3D printed, so of course the little,
a little more
lines, so I thought it looked more rocky. Like you could see the layers of the rock.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah, but top notch on the components on this one. Roxley did an amazing job.
Yeah. They did a great job on the components. And now the buildings. So they're plastic. I don't know what kind of method it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it was done really well.
Yeah, they fit together just perfect. Then the domes on top.
Yeah, it just fits perfect. All the pieces are really nice looking. They're smooth and
beautiful looking game.
Like you could play the game and then set up the finished thing on a display like somewhere.
Yeah, you could leave it out as your table centerpiece. Yeah. Then you could just play whenever.
Yeah, just have it as your centerpiece. Or you could put it in like some houses have a little alcove. Put it in there. But yeah, the table and just play the game. So artwork, it's just beautiful. Like the cards, all the different gods.
Yeah, the gods all kind of look like they're young, like little toddlers almost. So they have their big heads and their cute little fingers. And then
Which
they
makes the evil one not evil, but like the red
like
eyes looks weird.
Hades, yeah, and the Medusa one.
Yeah.
But no, they so they each kind of have their own little flavor to them, depending on if they're the god of water or the underworld or whatever. And there's a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
So many of them were unlocked during the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
They had a very, very successful Kickstarter and unlocked tons of extras.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, it works.
It does. So they didn't have to come up with some crazy thing to add for like it all fits.
Mm-hmm.
So strategy, like you said, it's a abstract strategy game. So I mean, you could say it's chess-like, but I kind of like how it's like 3D. You're building up. Like they could have just as easily just made little cardboard tokens and you place them in the different, like the tops. But plastic pieces are a lot better. So
yeah, and it's super easy. Like you move, build.
You move and build. Yeah.
Like that's it. And so we've definitely played this one with 5 years old all the way up. And so this one it really, really is for all ages. I mean, it's simple. I mean, you don't have to play with the god cards. In fact, it tells you, your first few games just to get the hang of it. And I would say, you do this with, first graders, is just do move, build until you get,
Yeah, like I showed in the last segment.
Yeah, and then, add in the different powers.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, there's not much AP. I mean, I guess you could have a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, maybe because you have two different workers that you could move.
Move 8 different areas.
Yeah.
And then build.
But depending on how high the buildings are, that kind of limits your
limits
possibilities. So
move faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely moves faster the longer the game's going. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So strategy-wise, with the god powers, there's also an expansion that mixes it up and adds to the complexity and makes it a little more heavy on the strategy.
Mm-hmm. So easy for kids, all ages, basically what you said.
Yep.
So
yeah, super easy.
Yeah, works well. So overall, it's a great game. The components are just top-notch, probably one of the best quality I've seen.
Yeah, this one technically it was kind of fulfilled right there at the end of 2016, but I think technically it was a 2017 release. So this one's going to give all of the 2017 releases a run for their money.
Yeah,
it really is that good.
Especially with the component quality. Mm-hmm. So the artwork, just beautiful cards. It's just so good to look at. And then strategy, abstract strategy, so it's in the genre of game, and easy for kids.
Yep. Yeah, definitely check this one out if you have a chance.
Mm-hmm. Santorini by Roxley. Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian. This is my dad. See you next time.